We're fishing for Alligator Gar today with Chris Moody with Gar Fishing Addiction, my daughter Theresa and I, and something we've been wanting to do for a long time, and there's nobody out there better than what Chris is when it comes to catching gars or knowing where they are. So it's going to be a good fishing trip whether we catch anything or not, but you know, who knows, we'll see what happens here in a little bit. Mighty Trinity River.
Trying to mark a particular fish. You know, I'm looking for a larger fish on the graph, and then once I do find that fish, I'll set up current and throw my baits back behind the boat, and hopefully, you know, if she's feeding, she'll pick up one of the baits.
Cut bait or fish, and by golly, we're cutting bait, but we're going to come fish here shortly too. It's an air bladder. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool actually.
The air bladder is completely
Covers
round, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some of them you'll set the hook and you'll have them on a while, and they'll just keep shaking their head and they'll spit it, just because their mouth's so bony, and if the hook doesn't get any soft tissue inside of their mouth, then it just won't stay. And even then, they act just like a tarpon or a largemouth bass. These fish, when they're hooked, they're constantly shaking their head trying to pitch the bait. You'll feel like the rod will jerk, and that's the fish slinging its head trying to dislodge the bait. Marking them like that and then pitching baits back. But the perfect scenario is when one is sitting along the side. In a spot like this where you have a little bit of current, I'll sort of stagger them out.
Yes, sir.
Depending on which, like right here, everything is pretty much holding this straight behind the boat because of the current we're having. But some places, depending on if we're in a
Just how that, yeah, how that current goes.
Sort of stagger them out. But like right here where we're at, they're just basically going to all pull back behind the boat. this type situation right here the other day. There was a couple of places where there was less current than this, but all three of those big fish that we hooked were in like a little strait like this. We're just above the bend in the river.
Yes, sir.
We'll try here a few minutes, and then if she won't pick a bait up, then we'll go to another location. The baits are pulled over to the side because of the current.
Because of the current, yes, sir.
But that's why I'll throw the bait out, and then that way it'll swing around, and it maybe some of that scent will go down the river, and then she'll smell it and then like ease her way. Because when the water's like this, you know, it's basically like chocolate milk colored. These fish, they're feeding just strictly off scent.
Off scent, yes, sir.
And most of the time in this river, that's what they do regardless, because it stays stained. It'll get a greenish tint in the summertime if we went, you know, go several weeks without rain. You'll get about a foot of visibility or so.
Yes, sir. But then, so most of the time they're almost always feeding off scent.
Most of the time it's just strictly feeding off scent. Pull if it's a big fish.
Okay.
All right, hold on just a second. Well, let's just let her float. Let's see where she's sitting. Hopefully she's still got the bait and hadn't spit it, but we're just gonna let the boat, we'll step up here. Can't tell if she still got it or not. Sometimes the current, I believe she does. Let's see if I can feel her. Yeah, I don't think it's a big fish because I can feel the weight of it. But it'll be a good start. We'll let this fish start taking line. Let the boat spin around. A lot of times I can lift up on it, and if I can't move the fish in the water column, I know that it's a solid
like
fish.
hooking onto a log.
Wow, yeah.
You can see the line stops right there, so this fish is about 10 foot under the boat. Wasn't that big girl, I don't believe, but we'll take it right now. I'm gonna let you. Do you want me to set the hook, or you can try? I'll tell you, you can try it. It's had the bait quite a while.
All right.
So just what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna block this and then just
like jerk it up.
Yeah, jerk it as hard as you can. There you go. All right, there you go. All right. Just sort of hold you right line to the side, real constant. Just keep pressure, real. Spit him, or did he spit it? No, he spit it.
Yeah, I could feel it let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look how long that fish had that bait.
Yeah.
Wow.
You would think that there'd be
It's
teeth
amazing.
marks all over that thing, and there's not.
Yep.
Okay, that's it up there. Get it up there.
You had something?
Didn't quite like that
You decided you didn't want it.
one. Set it for another one.
We'll get bit here. It may be, we may have to deal with some smaller fish.
Whatever it is, it works.
Hold on.
Look like there's several fish right in there.
Oh yeah, there's this spot here, this bend holds a ton of big fish.
Another big one.
Always. It's just a matter of getting a big one.
Yeah.
You hear the line. I love the sound of that line.
Yeah,
Especially swimming upriver with the bait. I like that too. I'll set the hook on our hand.
I jerked the camera down too.
Wow.
Rest it against your hip, yeah. Sort of pull it tight. I know it's a real big fish, but it's a fish. Stop.
Hold it. Maybe again, man, that may be the biggest fish you've ever caught, Theresa.
Oh, it's going to be for sure the biggest fish I've ever caught.
He's a good fish. Just to come up. In the jump.
Oh, wow. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hang on to him. Hang on to him.
Pulling your right. He's like, yeah, right.
Oh, look at there.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gracious.
About a 5-footer.
Wow.
Okay, Theresa, just sort of stand up and use this lever. All right, and y'all can, if you would, just step down or way back. Bring it up. That's a tag fish too.
On top of everything else, fantastic.
Wow. Awesome.
Hey, if you would, Theresa, just hold that rope, but watch that fish because it may flop.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how they won't bite you, but they'll sling their head into you and cut you.
Okay.
What do you think?
That's awesome.
Golly, Theresa, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Pretty fish.
He is pretty, isn't he?
So watch that head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Theresa, tell me real quick in 5 words or less what happened.
I caught a fish. A great gar.
You did catch a great gar. Chris, that's a really nice fish. I know they get bigger, but that is still one heck of a nice fish.
Yes, sir. That fish there is a little over 5 feet, and it actually has already been tagged from another guide, and prior may have slung the tag out. As a matter of fact, it did. No, there it is.
No, it's there.
And but anyway, it's been tagged before, so we'll get to find out from the biologist how much that fish has growed since it's tagged. This tagging program here we started June of 2019. Several guides are tagging these fish, and I'm not sure. I don't think that's one of my tag numbers, but like I say, I submit it to the biologist, and he'll tell me the location the fish was caught, and the time, and approximate length when it was tagged.
And it's right there in the tail. Huh? See it right there. Safe place for it to be tagged, isn't it?
Yep.
Fantastic. They're an amazing fish.
Yep. They really are. You know,
Yeah, they really are.
fossils date back for millions of years.
Yes, sir.
You know, these fish, and they're virtually unchanged. If you see
That's
some
what's
of the fossils.
interesting. You know,
Yeah, they look exactly like they do right now. No modification at all. Just they're amazing fish.
it's one of those things. Probably the best way to say that, if you had perfection to begin with, you know why? How do you improve upon
Yeah.
the perfection
don't
for
mess
what
with it.
these animals are, or what they are? I know they're absolutely fantastic looking. Did it fight?
Yes, did it fight? Yeah, put up a strong fight. That was fun though. I enjoyed it.
There was one time I thought he was going to try to pull you over the boat.
You had to get down and hold on.
Yeah, it took me to the ground.
Yep. You had a grip.
I wasn't gonna let go.
I thought I was going to grab your shoulder there for a minute.
Well, I thought you were going to grab her shoulder.
I
And
wasn't gonna let go, so
I was
I would
gonna
have
grab
gone
the
in
rod.
and still held the bull.
There went a big fish just
Oh my
right
God! Yes,
here.
good gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
fantastic.
I'll just grab her by the tail and slide her off the deck here, and there she goes.
Woo.
She's gone. She'll burp up them air bubbles. They get in their system.
Oh,
Another big
that's
fish.
a big,
Another big
another
fish.
big one.
I think it's probably going to be a good spot to throw the baits out
I
again.
think
and
we
try,
Wow. All right. Cool.
try to catch another one. They will turn and stand right to you.
Okay. He broke it. I pulled it home.
That was that head.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That happens too.
Yeah.
All right, Larry, tell me what happened.
Well, we had a good one on, obviously, because it took off and finally pulled it out of his mouth, I guess. I thought I broke it, but he was pulling pretty hard. He's taking advantage of that current as well, too. Oh, that's fun. That's a big fish. No, big fish. A big fish to me. I saw the tail.
Tar fish. Make a run. Close the boat. Just swing around.
Hang on to it.
We got one on,
Fish on.
probably about a 6-footer.
He's a fighter.
That hook's just right inside of that fish's mouth, like I was talking about.
I saw that. I saw where you were talking about the hook.
Oh,
Let us get her in.
That fish has a huge scar on her side.
I saw that.
dang. Wow, look at the mouth.
All right, watch your feet.
Okay. Oh, look at the scar. Would you?
Whoa.
Boy, that fish is thick. Yeah, she had a
Oh my God.
massive scar on her side.
That is fantastic.
That fish close to 6 foot. All right,
Yes.
good job.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That is a dream come true right there, sir. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. That is
Daddy, way to go.
that is a big fish.
Yeah, that is I mean, you can look at the scar on that fish. That's a traumatic injury.
Wonder what in the world.
And that fish,
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, watch that pool.
you don't want us touching her.
No.
Yeah, that fish there had a traumatic injury sometime in her life and survived it.
I think it might have been a boat propeller.
Maybe a boat propeller. It looks like a severe.
Because it looks like a cut, yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
See what? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Oh.
We got her in a little bit green, so she's still a little frisky.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Here.
Oh, you're fine. Leader. Just turn her head toward me. Yep, yeah.
Sorry.
We got a mess here.
You couldn't have tied that if you
I
wanted
know,
to.
It's like half
It's a
hitch.
half hitch.
Yep. Good Lord. Let me spin her around where I
Okay.
can do a little dental work.
Okay. We did tag it. The tag number is 1230. 1230. 71-inch gar. And Chris will turn this in to the guys who are working on the gar project. To me, an absolutely monster gar. Chris has been telling us about one that he's almost got in the boat a couple of days ago. That was right at 8 feet, may have even exceeded 8 feet. So you add 2 feet to this one, and then you can add probably almost another foot to the width of this one as well too, to give you an idea as to how big some of these gars get. Chris, what do you think this one would weigh?
That fish is close to 100 pounds because of her girth.
Right.
You know, so I would say 90 to 95, maybe 100. You know, somewhere in that range. She's big freshwater fish, apex predator of this in this river system.
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely fantastic fish. Has a huge scar on her other side. We shot some still photos of that. Probably a prop, boat prop.
Yeah. That would definitely kill most fish.
Yes.
Of any,
Oh my.
well, even animals.
Well,
to have
she's
that
almost cut in half, and it almost went to her spinal column. And
traumatic
how
injury.
this thing survived, I have no earthly idea. Unbelievable. Good gosh. Dream come true. I've been wanting to catch a good-sized gar for a long time. She's letting go, burping some air out right now.
And these fish have large eyes. You know, they're an apex predator. Like I said, their mouth, their head will expand like that.
Yeah, look at that. See the expansion that she gets.
It has plates and membranes between it, and a big, huge gullet that allows them to swallow their prey whole. They will grab a carp or buffalo and then work it around in their mouth to the head first, and then just swallow it whole. They're not like a shark, where a shark will just tear pieces off and rip it to shreds. They eat their prey whole.
And just swallow it whole. Just grab it and position it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I guess that's one of the reasons it takes a while for them when you can't set the hook on them right away.
Just basically just like a snake would, you know.
Like a snake, yes, sir.
The under part of their throat, they have a big, huge gullet that allows them.
God.
And these fish, like, because this river's real stained up right now, they have pretty much a white appearance. But if you catch them out of clear water, they'll be dark green, and you'll see all the spots on their tail. And you can see, like, she's got a little bit of red on her tail right now, and that's just from being out of the water a little bit. That's one of the first signs after, you know, but once you get them back in, they're totally fine. They can breathe. They have gills like a regular fish, and then they use their air bladder like a lung to gulp air off the surface.
So how many days do you have open next year?
I've got quite a few as
Good.
of right
Okay,
now.
I'm glad you do, because I
but-
want at least 1 or 2 of them.
I've got about 26 days booked next month in
Next month.
August. I stay booked usually months in advance.
Chris, this is absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you seriously, I've been wanting to catch a big alligator gar since I was a little kid, and that was a long time ago.
Yep.
Particularly since I just celebrated my 74th birthday
Well, that's
this
awesome.
weekend.
It was an honor to have
It took
you
me a
guys.
while to get with you, but
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm glad we finally did.
It's definitely been an honor having you out here
Oh
fishing.
my gracious. And then Theresa caught one this morning that was almost as big as this one. I really thought she'd probably catch a bigger fish, to be honest with you. Most of the time
It
when
was
I've
fun.
got a daughter or somebody that's with me that's not of the male species, they have a tendency to
They
catch
have the luck.
have the luck to catch the bigger ones. Well, let me grab a few more just still pictures real quick, and we'll get this big old gal back in the water. I'm sure she'll appreciate that, by golly. Gonna put her back in. Bye, youngster.
All right, I'm gonna look at you.
And away she goes.
All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Golly. What a deal. What a deal. You need to come fish with Chris, by golly. Most fantastic fishing there is. Nothing like catching these big gars. I fished saltwater, I fished in Africa, I fished in South America, I fished Australia, fished a few other places. This is where you want to come fishing, right here with Chris Moody with Gar Fishing Addictions. You need to do it.
And a special thanks to these fine sponsors: Air Force Air Guns, B&B Charcoal, Dallas Safari Club, Hornaday, Pyramid Air, Taurus Firearms, Sightmark, Smokin' Tex, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, TRHP Outdoors, and Striper Express.